In the spring of my first year, I had to come home. That's how bad it was. What's up, y'all? It's your boy King Dan, and I am back with another video. Wow, it's been like four. It's been like 4 years since I said that. I can't lie. Yeah, we have a lot to catch up on. I went to law school, graduated law school, moved back to Houston, moved to LA, moved back to Houston. Like, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this video is gonna be my welcome back. I'm coming back to YouTube this year. Super excited about that. Got a new camera. I don't know if y'all could tell. So yeah, let's catch up. So the last time y'all saw me was actually, I think I made a life update video when I was living in Orlando. So fun fact, I went to Florida A&M College of Law in Orlando, Florida. Truthfully, I hated Orlando. I hated every part of Orlando. I had really good friends there, made really good friends, but like outside of that, Orlando was trash to me. I moved from Houston in 2020 to Orlando for law school. Just really wanted something different. I really wanted to try something different. And ultimately, Florida A&M ended up being where that was. And I moved in the middle of a pandemic. So the biggest part, I guess, like a little story time. But the reason I moved is because I was under the impression that we were going to be having in-person classes. But my whole first year, we did not have in-person classes. In fact, they told us that we weren't having in-person classes 2 weeks before school started. And so I'd already signed my lease, already done all that stuff. And so I ended up moving anyway. And so ultimately for that first whole year, I was literally in my apartment in Orlando by myself. I did eventually make friends like with my classmates that were there. So like I did have some time where they would like come over, we would chill, we would go to coffee shops or whatever. But like outside of that, like it was that first year was rough. I think something else that made my first year kind of hard. So I went to school for undergrad at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is about an hour from where I'm from in Houston. And so it was a hop, skip, and a jump away from home. Like if there's a family event or somebody's birthday or whatever type of event, I could literally just go home for that and not miss anything. I think moving to Orlando was the first time where I was not close enough to where I could just go home if I wanted to. Like it was the furthest I'd ever moved until I went to LA. And so I realized very quickly that I'm more family oriented than I thought. I would not, like if somebody were to ask me if I was family oriented, obviously I love my family. That's not what I'm saying, but like I'm okay with not being around them 24/7. Like I will call, I'll FaceTime, but like I don't have to be down the street, if you will. But I think being in Orlando, especially during the pandemic, I was alone for the most part, unless my girlfriend came to see me, which she did pretty often. And so my family, like that first year, I don't think I went home for Thanksgiving. Like it was insane. And I think I didn't go home because I don't think we had a Thanksgiving that year. I think it was virtual, which was insane. COVID was a crazy time. And so yeah, it made me realize that like I am way more family oriented than I thought. And also I was broke. Obviously I was in school, so jumping on a plane every 5 seconds, unless it was like business or whatever, wasn't really plausible. So the only time I really saw my family was like if I was flying back home for business or like it was something that was planned like well in advance because like I said, like I just didn't have the bread to be jumping on planes like that. In the spring of my first year, I had to come home. That's how bad it was. Ultimately, FAMU was great. Like I met really good people, got some really good opportunities. Like I said, I moved to LA, had an internship with NBC. That was super dope. I was in LA for like 3 months, I think. And that 3 months showed me that I didn't need to go back to LA. LA is It's an interesting place. I think that it's good for business, but like that's about the only time you're gonna catch me there outside of like maybe going to Universal and stuff like that. So yeah, jumping back to Orlando real quick because I do kind of want to explain like why I think I didn't really enjoy Orlando. Um, Ultimately, coming from Houston, I think that it was a very large culture shift. Going to Orlando, where it is majority like families, a lot of things are family oriented, which is not bad. Like, of course, I'm gonna go to Disney or go to Universal every once in a while. Which, fun fact, did not go to Disney the entire time I was there. I went to Universal a couple times, but not Disney. Um, and so there wasn't really much to do in addition to that, in Houston, there's like a young professional crowd, right? So like you can go to certain places and like everybody there is on the same type of time. Like it's not to sound like that, but just like people that are like minded, like minded individuals. It's pretty easy to find those people in Houston. In Orlando, there's not really a young professional crowd because they don't have very many places. And so, if you were going out in Orlando, especially as someone who lived there, you were probably going downtown. And yeah, I just wasn't a fan of their downtown. Like, the bars and the lounges weren't really my vibe for real. Like, I'm more of like a lounge, like, let me just sit, chill, drink, eat, like, somewhere I can sit down type of vibe. And truthfully, I'm really trying to think. I think they may have had one place like that, and because there was only one place like that, it was always packed. And so ultimately, that just kind of made me get in like my hosting bag even more. Like I invited my friends over all the time, like whether I was cooking or whether I was having a game night or whatever, just because I was trying to like fill that space of like wanting to do something but not wanting to go downtown. And so that ultimately created a different type of vibe for me eventually. But yeah, I just really was not a fan of Orlando downtown. Like, truthfully, it was. I had some good times. Let me not cap. I did have some good times, but like that wasn't where I wanted to be most days. As soon as graduation happened, I moved back to Houston. And so moving back to Houston, I didn't go out or like see anybody for the first from May to like the end of July because I was studying for the bar exam. And so I was inside. I was studying. I studied for the bar exam. Yeah, for 10 weeks. And so I was studying every day from 8 to like 6 or 7. And towards the end, I can't even tell you. It got really bad. But I ended up passing, and so I guess all that work didn't go wasted. And so yeah, that's kind of like the whole law school part of life. Um, Overall, I really did enjoy law school. I think that it was worth it. I think that law school also really showed me that I can be everything I want to be in a sense of like, I know it's stereotypical, but like, I don't just have to be a lawyer. Like I started my second business in law school. Like I did the clothing brand in law school. I did all those things, and they were successful while in law school. Still had my grades, still did everything, and so yeah, it really showed me that. Some of y'all may know, but I actually own a marketing agency with my girlfriend called Royal Creative Group. Royal Creative Group was actually something I wanted to do for a very long time. I begged and begged and begged my girlfriend to do it, actually. She and I both have marketing backgrounds and are damn good at it. And so, for like 2 years, the first 2 years that we dated, I was like, I think this would be a really good idea. And she was like, no. She was not having it. And so ultimately, like 2021, yes, 2021, yeah, because this year would be three. No, 2022, because this year will be 3 years or 4 years. I don't know, child. Time just blend together. But yeah, so over time, Royal has done great. It's a six-figure business at this point, which is amazing. Like as a kid, I always said I wanted to be a business person, but like actually doing the shit is insane. I can't lie. We've hired people, been able to give friends opportunities, work with friends, work with people that I know, and just like really elevate marketing for different people, and that's just a really rewarding feeling. I think ultimately, although I do enjoy being an attorney and I want to do it for a while, I just think that I find the most joy in my like creative outlets, creating content, helping people with marketing, just like things like that. And so ultimately, I think I will be like later on in life, I'll be an attorney, but it'll be in a limited capacity because my like most of my joy comes from being a business person. Running a business is great. I think in law school, it just kind of kept me really organized because I was always busy, like whether it was flying back to Houston or flying to Atlanta or whatever it may be. Um, and so I had to be organized. I had to be very disciplined because otherwise my work wasn't getting done for law school. And so I think out of all the things, I think that's one of the biggest things, especially while I was in school, like that being a business owner taught me is really that discipline. I will say graduating from law school and like becoming an adult, granted I've been grown for a minute, but like having adult money and like actually like having the money that I worked for, I think I deserve a little bit more, but that's neither here nor there. Um, it is eye opening. I think when you get to the point to where you're paying your own bills, you live in your own place, and like, although I do want to go back to school for my MBA, I think that this is like a really interesting part of life because you have to be very intentional with friendships. You got to be very intentional about the space that you hold, your hobbies. Like, there's nobody holding you hostage and saying, hey, you got to do X, Y, Z. Like, you literally curate the life that you want for yourself. And I think I've been thinking about that a lot lately, just like what kind of life that I want to live. Because it's really easy to fall into the like, oh, I want to be outside 24/7. This last year, I was outside more than I ever had been. And when I say outside, I don't mean like in a club standing on couches or nothing. So let's not get that confused. I just mean like being outside like in lounges or whatever, which is cool every once in a while, but like I had to find other hobbies. I eventually started playing pickleball, which I still play to this day. I love pickleball. So if any of my subscribers want to come catch a L, like please let me know because we can have a pickleball game. I will embarrass you, but I'm willing to do that for you. Um, and so playing pickleball, like I started reading a little bit more. I did have to relearn how to read, and I know that probably sounds crazy, but law school ruined reading for me. Like I had to read, any attorneys can vouch for me, but like reading cases 24/7, you learn to read what I'll call more efficiently. And so reading like that is not the same as like reading for leisure, right? So like if I'm reading a book for leisure, I want to be able to like enjoy it, really take in the moment, things like that. And so I had to relearn how to read for leisure because I was so used to like skimming and like finding the main point and things like that, like I did in law school. But yeah, just establishing different hobbies, different habits that are not only healthy because you're getting up in age, but just like something that you enjoy outside of being outside. And that's still a work in progress for me. I also started a dinner club, right? Just like finding new things. Like I know I like eating, I know I like talking to people, hanging out with people. And so I created a dinner club just kind of like an informal networking thing, like connecting people that I know, them connect, bringing people in and just creating like a community, like community curation, just over the love of food, really. Like I think I started dinner club in May of last year. We've gone to a different restaurant every month on the third Friday and just chill, hung out, had drinks, eat, talk. We have discussions about different things. It's truly enjoyable and it's organic, if you will. Like it doesn't feel overly curated. Like I don't have, we are talking about this, and this today. Like it's not like that. It's just like people strike up conversation with who they will. And also it made me realize that like all of my friends, all the people that I know are really like doing it. Everything that we said we were gonna do. Like last night I had a dinner club and we had physical therapists, 4 attorneys, a consultant there, a financial advisor there. Like, all of my friends are doing exactly what they said they were gonna do, and I love that. Like, I really do. But yeah, like, I think this phase of life that I'm in now, and I'm really excited to like vlog that. And I think a lot of times people think content curation is like for the sake of money, but for me, like, I enjoy content creation because I can go back and look at the things that I did. Like, I catch myself watching my old YouTube videos all the time just to like relive those moments. And so I am excited to share them with y'all, but like ultimately they're for me too. Like, these memories are that I cherish, and so being able to have them somewhere and being able to go back to them is great, honestly. So yeah, I think there's a lot that I'm excited to do here on YouTube. I think long form content is ultimately where I thrive the most. So you can expect more cooking videos. You can expect travel vlogs because I do travel a lot now. You can expect just kind of day in the life, whether it's day in the life of an attorney or day in the life of a business owner or both. Yeah, it's I have a lot of ideas. I'm super excited to push them out to y'all, and I appreciate y'all for staying subscribed. I know I lost a couple subscribers. It's been a minute, so I can't really blame y'all. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm excited about it. So thank y'all for watching this. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And let's get to it. 2025 is that year for us, and we're going to get through it together. All right, see y'all later.